So the dancing led to dancing on tables. It was literally like a Katy Perry song. I remember we went to finally get some food, and I started falling asleep.
Oh no.
On the table, and the last thing I remember is my friends going, "Don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep." And then I wake up the next morning in my hotel room to my eyelashes glued to my cheeks. But I did remember that I had ordered a burger the night before. And at 8 a.m. I was like, hallelujah. I might be hungover, but there's a burger still in my fridge.
She has written songs for Dolly Parton, Garth Brooks, and Miley Cyrus, just to name a few. I am absolutely thrilled to have Caitlyn Smith in the studios today. Welcome, Caitlyn.
Thank you for having me.
This is exciting. Like, I have got like a rap sheet of like your resume that is like sheets long. So I'm excited about this.
Thank you.
Of course, we got to talk about some of the songs you've written for the people that most people know. Everybody knows Garth Brooks. Everybody knows Dolly Parton. We're going to talk about that. And then I really want to talk about your new project. Your song, High, first of all, which I absolutely love this song.
Thank you.
And that's the one that Miley Cyrus also cut, right? So
yeah.
tell us about this song, because it's pretty powerful.
Man, well, I also love this song. I wrote it with my good friend Jen DeSilvio, and when we wrote this song, like I knew it was the first puzzle piece of this new record. Like it was the first song I wanted to put on it, and then it just so happened that other people kind of heard the demo of it, started passing it around. It kind of made its way from Nashville all the way to LA, and then it ended up in the hands of Mark Ronson, and he was like, "Oh my God, I need to play this for Miley." Casual.
You're like, no big deal.
So he played it for Miley, and she really connected with the song, and she changed a few words to really make it her own and put it on her Plastic Hearts record, which I loved. It was insane. So it was just really a bucket list moment. And I mean, I love the song too itself. Yeah. Like, I grew up in church, and so like there's some kind of gospel-y element to this like chorus that it just is so fun to sing. So
well, the first time I heard it, I was like, and I wasn't necessarily familiar with your music and who you were. Like, I think I'd heard your name, but I didn't really know. But I heard that song and I went, holy crap. I was like, I got to know who this girl is.
Oh,
and honestly, I mean, like I said, you've written for Dolly Parton and Garth Brooks. Tell us about that. I mean, how does that all happen?
Well, it all started, I grew up in Minnesota in a tiny little town, fell in love with country music at a really young age, but I remember that moment as like a 6-7-year-old. I had this Alison Krauss cassette.
Yeah.
And I remember reading, like sitting on the floor with my boombox, flipping it back and forth, reading the lyrics, just thinking like, how does anyone write music like this? Yeah. Like it's speaking to me. Like and it was very like a very transformative moment, because from that point on, I started trying to write music, and I never stopped. I wrote music for my band in high school, and I was like, we're playing this new one I wrote, sorry. And, and then finally made a couple indie records, but made my way to Nashville. All of that to say, when I discovered Music City, I knew I was going to fall in love, but what I didn't realize I was going to find was Songwriter City. Mm-hmm. And so I saw that, wow, this is a city where all of it's made up. These artists don't necessarily like sing their own songs. There's a whole world. I fell in love with that and started taking trips back and forth from Minnesota to Music City to just write. But it was a plan B for me always.
Really?
So when you say things, still to this day, when you say things like, Garth Brooks has cut your song, or Dolly Parton, I'm like, that is insane to me.
Like, how'd that happen?
Because I was just trying to make stuff up and truly just to try and become a better songwriter for my artistry. This whole world of songwriting credits that ended up happening was really a plan B that ended up working, which I feel very grateful for.
Love it. Well, thank goodness for everybody in country music that your plan B turns into plan A. Like I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. So now this first half of the project is High. Yeah. There's a second half of the project.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The full album, which I'm an album artist, and so I kind of picture this thing as a whole. So the whole album's called High and Low, and I'm really proud of this record. You know, this is my third that I'm releasing through Monument Records. And it's the first album that I self-produced, which was really exciting, you know, to write these songs and perform them, but also be in charge of the sonic landscape. And so I'm proud of this record because of that, but also it's been a wild season of growth for me. So I thought I was just signing up to make a record, but like paired with the record with just like a big couple years for me and my heart. And so I'm pumped for everybody to hear it because a lot of it got put on the record. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a testament to your talents. I mean, like you said, you're producing the record too. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, you had a big year in 2022, a couple of nominations. ACM nomination,
Insane.
New Artist of the Year nomination, and what was it, the Breakout Video of the Year with Old Dominion. Old Dominion.
Right.
Okay. I love that song.
Thank
and
you
I love
so
the video. And I mean, I voted. I'm like,
thank you.
because I'm also a big Old Dominion fan. I'm kind
Me
of a sucker
too.
for them.
I love those guys so much.
So, I mean, tell us about that. I mean, that's like your first time, right? Being like for these big nominations?
It was my first time being nominated. And, you know, honestly, I moved to town 13 years ago and started writing for a lot of people. And, you know, my artist career has just taken longer to kind of get traction. And I call it the long and winding road. And so, you know, all of that to say with these awards, like a lot of that was like dreams I had as a kid. But then as I've been in the industry for a while, I kind of let a lot of that go. Like, it's probably not for me. So it's still wild to me that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just over here making music that I love. And the fact that just happened last year, I'm grateful and blown away.
I think it's awesome. Now, you've had a whole bunch of appearances as well. So I'm just going to run down a quick little list here. Kelly Clarkson's show, The Today Show, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Late Night with Seth Meyers, CBS This Morning. I mean, which one was your absolute favorite? I mean, of course, besides Up and Country. I mean,
Besides Up and Country, for sure. I mean, it would have had to have been that Jimmy Fallon performance. It was my first late night experience. It was absolute magic.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was an out-of-body experience. It was the next best day after getting married and my 2 babies being born, I'm pretty sure. I'm just like, all right, get to sing my song on national TV and Jimmy Fallon's over there rocking out.
Right.
This is the best. So,
And then after it's over, you're like, wait, what happened? I blacked out.
It's literally 3 minutes. It's all this crazy, like, okay, you wait your whole life, and then it's 3 minutes, da-da-da-da, the end. It's bizarre. And then you have a lot of tequila.
Okay,
Keep
well,
it
there
going.
you go. Well,
Because you're in New York.
We do have that in case we need it
Okay,
for later.
good.
We may need it for later because we are going to be
Yeah.
playing a game. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, good.
We'll see what happens. So now you mentioned your kids. Now, are you touring with your kids, your family? Like, tell us about that life.
We bring them along. It's crazy. They 2 boys, 6 and 4.
Okay.
So it's busy. It's insanity. But my husband's also in the band. We bring the whole circus.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Thank God for the nanny.
Yeah, there you go.
She has to tuck the kids in while mom and dad are on stage, but they love it. And it's like, what a wonderful opportunity to like get to do this like traveling scenario where we're doing music and our kids get to be there with us. It's like,
Well, you kind of figure, I mean, if you start them young enough, it's kind of like they don't really know any different.
No,
it's like, this
they
is
don't.
just the
They love
lifestyle.
it.
This is what's normal, and that's how
This
you
is
do
true.
it, right?
I was like in the grocery store the other day and we were like in the cracker aisle and like we passed Goldfish.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey mom, that's like what we get at the stage. They call it the stage. Because it's like I put like kid snacks on our rider.
Well, of course.
So they see the world through like what's in the green room.
Yeah.
Like like
Well,
no other
kids are
kid is
motivated-
like,
you're motivated by snacks, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not about mom and dad being on stage or anything like that. It's like what kind of
oh
snack
mom,
am I
those are
getting?
on our rider. Like, yes, they are, honey.
Anything other than that special on the rider?
Oh, we do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And actually, it's a new addition to the rider, and I'm pumped on it. Because neither, the band doesn't eat, I don't eat before the show, and what is better than a PB&J?
Yes.
You kind of can have pizza so many nights in a row.
Sure.
So that's the best thing.
It's like the next best comfort food, right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
nice and filling, too.
It's the best.
It's good. Especially-
PB&J, popcorn.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And tequila.
And I was just going to say,
tequila.
and it goes well with tequila. So there you go. A little tequila and PB&J pairing. I don't know. That might be next on the show. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, we have a few more things to take care of. If you want to see Caitlyn's performance of her latest song, you can click the link in the description below and you can hear that acoustic performance. And coming up, we are going to play my world famous game, Truth or Truth. Don't go anywhere.
It's Truth or Truth.
All right, it is time for my world famous game, Truth or Truth. Are you ready to play?
I'm so ready to play.
Okay, she's ready because we have shot glasses in our hands because we mentioned tequila earlier and look what I had to bring out. Okay, this is like, right? This stuff is so damn good. This is
It's
the
so pretty.
Clase Azul
Yes.
Reposado.
Okay.
It's the good stuff.
The good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah, reposado's the good stuff. But look at this cool
Isn't
bottle.
that cool, right?
You could put like a little flower in there when you're all done, when you drink it all. A little sunflower. Cheers. Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on.
The truth and truth.
It's the truth or truth, and this is
Or truth.
our truth serum. Let me put this right here. Ding, 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 ding. So I'm going to get the
obsessed.
truth out of Caitlyn Smith right now.
We're shooting these, right?
Yeah, we
Not
are.
sipping these. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, you guys. Oh yeah.
See?
That's amazing.
Isn't that so good?
Oh, you don't even want to go.
Yeah, I know. You don't need the lime.
Oh.
You don't need the salt.
There's like this vanilla.
Yes, it's the vanilla.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
They're going to sponsor this now, right?
Yeah, right? That would be great.
And sponsored by
And sponsored
So
by
good, so good.
tequila. All right.
tequila.
Okay. We are going to play Truth or Truth. You're going to pick 3 questions one at a time, and you're going to read the question out loud, and you're going to answer the question.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm not going to give you...
And
okay, so it's
everybody
truth
wins.
Or truth. And
Everybody wins because we
3
get
of
to hear a
these.
story.
3 of
You get-
these.
Just go one at a time.
Oh,
Go
God.
one at a time.
We're going one at a time?
Yeah.
This is great. What is the biggest mistake that you've ever made?
Ooh, we're going deep on this
Also, wow. that is not enough. I can't see.
one. Wow, one shot. Look at that. Mhm.
So there's not enough tequila to answer this question. The biggest mistake I've ever made. You know, that's really hard. This is what it is. When I was pregnant with my first son, I was 2 weeks overdue.
Oh,
And I wanted to get that baby out. And so, I was doing all the things, the watermelon, the walking, the spicy food every day. And then one of my really crunchy friends told me castor oil, and she sent me this recipe
Oh, boy.
for castor oil.
Yikes.
Yeah, you guys. So I read the recipe wrong, and I think it was supposed to be like a couple tablespoons of the castor oil, and I somehow drank like half of the bottle of the castor oil.
Oh, no.
And it's supposed to, you drink the oil and it's supposed to like kind of clean you out and then you go into labor, right? Drank the half bottle of castor oil and that was the biggest mistake I've ever made.
Oh, my God.
I prayed that God would take my life. And then, it's literally on the toilet like, no. And that's the biggest mistake I've ever made because it was a big bummer.
It was a big mistake. I could just say it was a big mistake.
A massive mistake. I mean, the good news, I was all cleaned out like before
right?
labor.
Right, you're like,
Great.
hey, I'm good to go. Woohoo.
But that's the biggest mistake for me.
Okay, we are getting
the
real truth.
there
This is
we
like
are.
the real truth.
It's the real. Not, y'all probably didn't want to know that, but there it is.
But there it is. You know what?
If there's any pregnant mothers out there, I'm just going to warn you. Don't do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
Casey's dead. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, wow. What's the most embarrassing thing that you ever did while on a date?
Ooh.
I've been married 13 years, so it's been a really long time. And we've dated for 3, so it's been 16 years. Okay. Most embarrassing
I don't
thing?
know. Did you ever do anything embarrassing?
I mean, I gave my now husband mono, like pretty much our first date. I thought we were good. I thought I was good. And then,
That's
And then I
very
gave him
different.
mono. And then I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you I like just got over mono.
By the way.
But then it really brought us together because then I was like bringing him soup and it was really a part of my whole plan, I guess.
Right?
Because now
Just
here
like,
we are, 16 years later.
Something you did work,
It is pretty
right?
embarrassing though. Like, oh God, that was me.
Girl, I've got bad news.
Aw,
Got bad news. I did not slip any castor oil into your
oops, into your jello. God.
Okay, you're gonna get a good one now.
The most drunk you've ever been. This is
Okay,
good.
here we go.
This is good. Most drunk I've ever been.
Was it tequila?
It was a lot.
Okay.
It was in the Bahamas.
Okay.
I was playing a show, a songwriter show with a couple other of my really good songwriters friends. And it was like you don't eat a lot at the beach. I don't know what it is, but you drink a lot at the beach. Yeah. And, we did the show and that was good. I was professional, but then afterwards we're like, all right,
Yeah, party.
let's gamble our money away and drink more. And so the dancing led to dancing on tables. It was literally like a Katy Perry song. I remember we went to finally get some food and I started falling asleep
Oh no.
on the table. And the last thing I remember is my friends going, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep. And then I wake up the next morning in my hotel room to my eyelashes glued to my cheeks. But I did remember that I had ordered a burger
Okay.
the night before. And at 8 a.m. I was like, hallelujah. I might be hungover, but there's a burger still in my fridge. I just like sat on my hotel floor and ate it.
It's amazing.
But it was literally like, then, and the memories, and they're gone.
Yeah, and you're like,
And then,
I was there, and then I don't know what happened.
There was dancing, there was gambling, then there was sleeping on the table. That's it.
And then that burger the next day was like, is this the best
It was-
burger I've ever had?
I'm like, my husband, I have like eyelashes here. He's like, oh my God. When you're still in exactly what you wore and the
yeah.
shoes are still on,
Oh, totally, yeah.
it's really good.
I can totally relate.
Yeah. Can you? You at least take
Yes, I can.
You at least take your shoes off before you're drunk.
I never said that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to thank you so much for being open and honest and playing the game
I
full
think the
out.
tequila helped us
Right?
get there.
I think, you played full out for this one, and
know
I
you
really
did.
appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing.
Totally.
And hopefully we'll see you again soon. We'll bring you back here again.
Great.
I don't know. We'll have to top this somehow. We'll figure something out, I
I'm
think.
so excited.
I think.
I know. How can you top this though?
I know. Well, I think we can figure it out.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep an eye on Caitlyn Smith.
Thanks for watching Up in Country. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment. We do new episodes every Tuesday, and be sure to follow Up in Country on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And you can follow me too at Sue Bonzell on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.